Hey there, it's Sheldon Demke here with ZBoneman.com and The Independent, here with my friend Adam Mast. Adam.
Your friend, your colleague.
We're
both. Let's hug it out.
Okay, there we go.
4 glorious days here at CinemaCon.
This is day 4 of CinemaCon here in Las Vegas.
And as Sheldon said, we're here with both ZBoneman.com and The Independent out of lovely St. George, Utah. We just got out of the 20th Century Fox presentation.
20th Century Fox. They brought out the big guns.
It was pretty bad.
It was nice.
It opened up with Leslie Mann and Cameron Diaz. Actually, it opened up with a big Rio 2 musical number.
Yeah.
They had...
What are they called, those dancers?
Yeah.
Like salsa dancers?
Jeff, what do they call them?
Samba, that's
dancers.
what it is. The samba
They
dancers.
came out on stage. We thought it odd that they didn't show footage from Rio 2, but they know they have a hit on their hands. The film
and it
opens
comes out
in 2
pretty
weeks.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they unloaded their big guns. It started off with a look at X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Right.
Fox has brought Bryan Singer back into the X-Men fold, and he started the whole franchise.
And they showed us like 5 minutes of a sequence that looked really incredible.
Big action chase sequence where the X-Men
lots of layers, look very deep.
Yeah, it's very, very complex, action-packed. Members of the X-Men team are fighting these big robotic creatures, and it was pretty amazing. And then they launched into the trailer, which the movie's got kind of a darker edge, you could say, than the earlier movies. So it was fantastic. Fox knows they have a hit on their hand with that movie, and they did a poll at Rotten Tomatoes, and it's the 2C tentpole movie of the summer. So we also saw some footage from this bad boy here, How to Train Your
Dragon 2.
Yep, number 2. Part 2, that's right. The first one was huge. You knew the sequel was inevitable.
And after watching some footage from it, this second one's going to be huge as well.
Well, we talked about how, following the whole presentation, that it was actually the quieter moments that we really liked. There's a lot of humor, it's big, it's vibrant, but there are those sweet moments between Hiccup and Toothless that are just amazing. Where he's playing with him like a pet in your backyard, that kind of thing.
Oh, I loved it.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
I think we're both in agreement, though. The tentpole release that Fox has up its sleeve this summer that we're most excited about is the new Planet of the Apes film from Matt Reeves. Which looks incredible. They haven't shown a lot of footage in the past because there's such a rigorous effects going into this movie.
Effects.
They finally had some ample amount of footage to show us. It looked fantastic. They showed us an extended version of the trailer, and then they showed us a sequence where these 2 mercenaries get into this altercation. I guess you'd call it an altercation. We don't want to ruin it. With an ape, and where it goes, it's intense.
You'll see. It's pretty awesome.
And we cannot wait to see this movie. I think it's safe to say the whole ZBoneman.com and Independent team is really pumped for this movie. What else did we see?
They featured David Fincher's new movie.
Yes, Gone Girl.
Gone Girl,
which
starring Ben Affleck.
Right, and it's based on a book, I believe, true story about it's not a true story, but it's about a man who's accused of murdering his wife, a la The Fugitive, and it's this crazy labyrinthian mystery.
Right.
Did he do it? Didn't he do it? Kind of harkens back to movies like Jagged Edge from the 80s, where there are all these layers, and it looked fantastic. And David Fincher always puts together really great trailers. He had what was the tune playing, Jeff? Do you know the tune that was playing on the audio? It sounded it wasn't ELO, but it was kind of an old school tune, and he did the same thing with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, where they played the Zeppelin song. It was a similar dynamic because the music didn't necessarily fit the imagery, but that's what made it cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Affleck looks great, and this will be your first Affleck starring role vehicle until we see him in the Man of Steel sequel, which is coming out in 2016. What else?
Well, the thing that I was really excited about is a new movie called Secret Service.
Fantastic. Matthew Vaughn had Kick-Ass here at CinemaCon a handful of years ago, and dude, this movie looks great.
He's directing the crap out of this thing. It looks so good.
It's so strange because it looks like a kind of a legit old school prim and proper Secret Service kind of a movie, but then it turns into this
drinking
crazy
that tea.
Yeah, but then it has kind of this, it's violent, but it also has this slapsticky Inspector Gadget type thing going.
Oh my gosh.
There's a fight sequence in this that's so great, and you've never seen Colin Firth in anything like this.
No, it was fantastic.
It has Samuel L. Jackson in it as well, and we've seen him in roles like that, but that's why people love him.
Yeah.
So we're really, really excited. That was definitely one of the best pieces of footage that we got to see during the presentation. Shailene Woodley was also there talking about her new film, which is based off a book.
The Faucet in Our Stars.
The Fault.
God damn it, yeah, The Fault.
You're okay. Moving on, The Fault in Our Stars. Not The Faucet. That wouldn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
But that's right up there with How to Drain Your Dragon. But anyway, it looks like a really It's another one of those heart tugger,
Yeah, oh yeah.
sentimental type movies. Shailene Woodley plays a young woman who finds out that she's terminally ill, and there's a lot of kind of self-loathing, and she's in denial, trying to deal with it. And she meets this guy, and he's in remission, and they sort of fall in love with each other. And you know, this is one of those movies where the raw emotion at the center of the footage that we saw, it was so sincere that you sort of look past what might have otherwise been maybe a cliched sort of a thing. This is not a Lifetime movie at all. I mean, this thing looks like it has real heart.
Oh, definitely.
I'm very excited to see it. What else did we see?
We had a comedy they showed us.
Let's Be Cops.
Let's Be Cops.
Yeah, they closed with that, and it's really funny. It's kind of a 21 Jump Street-ish type thing. Two buddies they think they're going to a costume party.
Right.
So they dress as cops when in fact they show up to a masquerade ball. They're embarrassed, but funny enough, everyone thinks they're real cops. So they spend the rest of the movie.
They love that feeling. Everyone, respects them and stuff.
It's sort of one of those high concept, one joke movies that they milk for all that it's worth.
But it looks kind of
great
funny.
gags.
It looks kind of funny.
Really, really funny. What else?
Did we talk about the other woman? Leslie Mann. I don't think so. Leslie Mann and Cameron Diaz came on stage to introduce The Other Woman, a film that they're doing.
Right, and it's another high concept premise. It basically features Leslie Mann is a woman who finds out that her husband's cheating, and she confronts the woman that he's cheating with, played by Cameron Diaz.
Right.
Instead of becoming enemies, though, they become friends, and then they get pissed when they find out that he's cheating on them with another woman, played by the gorgeous Kate Upton. So they create this threesome, as they joked, and they conspire to, take their revenge on their husband. This movie is going to be a huge hit because men are going to want to see this movie because it's got these three hot chicks naked through a big chunk of the movie, and then the women are going to love it because it's a chick power movie. I mean that in the best of possible ways.
You do.
And there's even, if I'm not mistaken, they got the gay best friend in there. This movie is for everybody.
Wow.
Seriously, it's got a little something for everybody in it. What else?
It was a great presentation.
It really was. Did we have anything else?
No.
I think they touched on some stuff that they couldn't give us footage from, like Exodus, the new Ridley Scott film with Christian Bale. I was hoping maybe they'd drop a little bit from that, maybe something from Poltergeist directed by Gil Keenan, but that's still shooting. So anyway, all in all, it was an amazing, amazing presentation. So I guess that's all we got. We got Warner Brothers in a little bit. We got a luncheon. We're almost at the end of CinemaCon.
We're on the downhill swing on this thing.
It's been great. We want to thank Jeff and Sean, of course, for helping us along the way. Again, this is Adam Mast and Sheldon Demke, and we are reporting for The Independent and NCBoneman.com.